Sharat Pradhan, sitting in Lucknow, what do you make of this new controversy? It was earlier thought that when the Ayodhya judgment came out, that other issues from the past would stay in the past. But given the way this clamour is building, now videography being permitted, it will establish that there was a temple, because in fact there was a temple over there, and then there will be a clamour from Samaj that now the status of the mosque must be restored to that of a temple, because that's where a temple once stood, and this is in the Kashi Vishwanath complex. How can there be a mosque there?
Well, Rahul, is the question addressed to me?
Yes, it is.
Because your voice is terribly distorted. In fact, everybody's voice, there's something wrong with my audio. But anyway, what I feel about this whole thing is that appears to me, it appears a typical BJP and its allies design to replay what they did in Ayodhya, where of course Ayodhya is distinct from Mathura and Kashi, because in Ayodhya there was no coexistence of a mosque and temple, and it was only on what existed there was only a mosque until 1949, when there was when it is alleged that some idols were placed inside, and thereafter everybody knows what happened. So seems to be a complete replay of the events in Ayodhya, as I have seen them in the events happening in 80s, and today the fact that they've managed to have their way in Ayodhya, despite not being enough evidence of the temple having existed there earlier, because even Tulsi Das never mentioned any existence of the temple there. But so there is every reason to believe today that they are in power. They may have their way even in Mathura and Kashi, and which is what they are trying to do. And what is being built is being systematically done only to forge a deeper divide between Hindus and Muslims, so that they can convert it into polarization of Hindu votes. Otherwise, there is no reason. As somebody rightly, I heard what I briefly heard, that somebody says, why don't you pass a law in the parliament and take it over? But the idea is to spread the word, to spread hatred, which is what it appears, and then make political capital out of it at the elections, which is what they have done.
You are alleging that the BJP wants to use this, stoke this fire now, let it simmer, build it up before the 2024 elections. I want to let Amit Malviya respond to that.
You know, I heard Sharat Pradhan, and people like him are actually root cause of the problem. He actually said that there was no evidence that there was a Hindu temple in Ayodhya. Can you believe it? People like him have existed on this planet who have been denying a Hindu temple for the longest time, when the Supreme Court, in a unanimous decision, has clearly said that there are overwhelming evidence to suggest that there was a Hindu temple that was demolished. So when you have people like Sharat Pradhan, and they represent the establishment that governed this country for 7 decades, that is where the problem lies. That is where the reconciliation does not happen. And Rahul, let me give you an example of Somnath. Somnath also had a history of invaders coming over and demolishing the temple several times over, subjugating people, and something that we have seen play out several times across this country, particularly the northern part of this country, because the invaders came right from the northern side of the hemisphere. It was restored. Today there is no controversy around Somnath at all. People go there, they have their religious beliefs, they practice their faith. It's a center for Hindus they are genuinely proud of, and rightly so. Why is it that there is a controversy around Ayodhya, Kashi and Mathura? Because there are people like Sharat Pradhan and several Muslim clerics, religious leaders and political ones who supposedly claim to be secular, including the Congress party and their allies, who foment trouble by instigating the Muslims and telling them that this is oppressive without telling them what their actual past or history is. It's time that we tell the Muslims of this country that the Hindus and the Muslims in this country shared a common past. We are culturally the same people, and what we see here is actually nothing but invaders destroying our combined culture. And that is the way go forward. That is the reconciliation we need. We don't need people like Sharat Pradhan anymore in this country. They are the ones who have ruined this country for 7 decades. And I'm glad the people have put them out to hang and dry in the last 7-8 years that the Congress and its allies are out of power, including journalists like him.